Hello, this is the Castle Quarter Shopping Centre in Norwich, and as I'm speaking in January 2023, the Castle Quarter is still open to the public despite numerous empty retail units with the shutters down, a feeling of abandonment on many floors. The shopping centre is still open and it does have the public still going in. There is still a Poundland, and this is where I had a shopping experience nightmare. I was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time and I met the wrong person. And what's going to follow is two short videos of mine which describe what happened and the nightmare that I experienced. I could have shown you the body cam video from the security guard, but Castle Quarter have copyrighted that. They don't want you to see solely images of me, solely an image of me and my voice and nothing else. But that's been copyrighted, so I can't show it on YouTube. So what you will see is two short videos and an explanation of what happened and the nightmare experience that could happen to anyone really. This is where the incident happened, at the top of Castle Quarter. It was about 1:30 in the afternoon and I came in out the cold. It was freezing cold outside to work on my phones. I was standing at the bar you can see now, working on two phones and writing in a notepad, and the security guard came up and asked me to move away from the bar, which I did. He then asked me to leave the shopping centre. I told him I would be leaving in a few minutes after I'd worked on my phones. He didn't like this, so his only course of action other than wait was to get me into trouble with the police by ringing the police and making sure the police were informed of a crime taking place. So the police had to arrive. I could hear him making all sorts of allegations and the police arrived. I urged them to look at the body cam video on the security guard, which they did, and they arrested me and detained me. There was no any evidence of crime on the body cam footage. There was nothing. The later investigation at Wyndham Police Station showed no crime, no suggestion of crime, no questions about crime. The police officers at the time of the incident arrested me on a rush job. They thought something would turn up later, but I was no trace on the police computer. I'd not been in trouble with the police at all. I had no incidents in the shopping centre previous or with that security guard. I think the police just thought something would turn up. So I was handcuffed, detained for 6 hours for the first time in my life, for standing in the wrong place at the wrong time. The following couple of videos will show you what happened. I put a complaint in professional standards for the police, and hopefully an investigation on the security guard will follow. This is my first interaction with the security guard.
50 at Lingfield if you want. It's only 6 furlongs, it won't take long. I'll wait for the police if you've called them. I've no problem with that. Yes, and I've got it on video that I was going to leave in 5 minutes. If you want to waste police time, don't you realise that's an offence? Yeah. You're realising that is a criminal offence. What you're doing is wasting police time. Yeah. Yeah. On a civil matter, when I've agreed to leave private property.
No, I've asked you to leave and you refuse to leave.
I've keep saying I'm going in 5 minutes. That's not refusing to leave. Yes. Well, unfortunately, the 12:50 at Lingfield hasn't started yet.
Okay. As you can see, his boss turns up and he's still making the allegations. You can see how calm and relaxed they are. The whole situation is very calm, with no aggression, no verbal.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not refusing to leave. I'm going in 5 minutes after I've watched this horse race on my mobile phone. So you can call the police and waste the time and risk getting prosecuted by the police for wasting the time on a civil matter. That's up to you. Okay? It's only trespassing when I refuse to leave, and I'm not refusing to leave.
I asked you to leave and you refused.
Yeah, do you understand? I keep saying I am not refusing to leave. I am leaving.
Technically answer because you've not left and I've asked you to leave.
Yes, and I'll leave in my own time in 5 minutes after this race.
So as you can see, there's no crimes being committed. The whole interaction was peaceful and calm. His body cam footage shows the same. The allegations had to be made to make the police arrive. The police arrived, they checked his body cam footage and found nothing. They thought something would turn up later. I was charged under PU 86116 using threatening, abusive, insulting words, behaviour to cause harassment, alarm and distress. None of which happened, none of which you've seen on these two videos. I was also arrested for failing to give my name and address. I didn't want to give my name and address because he said You've been on your way, sir, if you give me a name and address. I didn't like that. They'd call the police for a crime, and I wanted to know what that crime was. The police weren't bothered. They would have let me go if I gave them a name and address. So I was very angry at this point, and even more angry after 6 hours of detainment to find out the investigation officer at Wyndham Police Station had no questions of crime, no suggestion of anything, and I was let out in the freezing cold on a snowy night 15 miles away from home. The whole incident was a disgrace.
The centre.
Okay.
And he refused to leave the centre. He said he would leave when he's ready. I've actually asked him to leave.
Okay.
He said, no, I will not leave. I will leave on my own time.
Okay.
But he's also been verbally abusive, swearing at me and calling me names. And it's all on body cam.
Okay.
Yeah, you can show them the names I swore at you. That's on body cam. Yeah. I'll be requesting a copy of that body cam as well under GDPR.
Okay.
Tell him I can request that, as I can request your body cams as well.
So what?
Okay, you are being recorded as well.
Yes, that's right.
What's
Because
your name on there?
I'm not giving you a name, but can you tell me who you are?
I can, PC Cook. What's your name, sir?
No, I'm not telling you who I am.
We've had a report of antisocial behaviour. In this, you shouting and swearing and being in a position of antisocial behaviour. When we do so and we attend that in a police in uniform,
Yeah.
you must provide me your details. If failing to do so is an offence under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act.
Right.
So what is your name?
I'm not telling you my name. Am I detained now?
You will be if you don't tell me your name.
Right, well, I'll go then. Thank
No,
you.
you're under arrest under Section 50 of the Police Reform Act.
Right,
You do not have to say anything. It may have been offensive if you don't mention point questions.
So I was then handcuffed in a car, detained for 6 hours, let out. No further action. No further questions. No nothing. No crime. No suggestion of crime. No defence. I didn't have to say anything to defend my position. Nothing. The PC investigation showed me 2 video clips of me in the shopping centre. It was almost embarrassing, really. And that's on the strength of the Mitre Security guard ringing the police and making out there's a crime in progress, and the police acting on that, even though they have the evidence in front of them that hadn't happened. And that's all. It's just a warning to shoppers, and it just can happen to anybody. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and you meet the wrong person. And it was shocking, really. The whole incident was shocking, and how the police would just arrest you and think maybe something will turn up later. Maybe he'll put his foot in it. Maybe he's got a history. I don't know what they thought. If they thought I'd done anything, they'd have charged me. They wouldn't have wasted all that police time just to let me go with "Don't do it again, sir," or slap me on the wrist. No, I would have been charged, and that would have been the end of it. But there was nothing. It was a shopper's nightmare, and it could be experienced by anybody who meets a character like you can see there. It was an absolute disgrace. This is the sheet they give you when they throw you out of the police station. It's a no further action sheet. This is just to prove the incident actually occurred. There is probably 1 or 2 unanswered questions. Why did he ask me to leave? Why did he ban me? Well, it's because I didn't do things straight away. I didn't move away from the bar area quick enough, and I told him I'd go when I was ready. And but I did. I just waited a few minutes until it suited me, and then I left as I promised. I said goodbye to him. I didn't think he'd actually rang the police, but they did, and they arrested me outside. I'd already left. So it's a very unfortunate incident for me, and I feel he's let himself down. Castle Quarter, Mitre Security, and the traders in Castle Quarter, they've lost trade with me and my friends, and car parking. It's not much, but they won't be seeing any of my money again, that's for certain. So I made the video really just as a warning to shoppers of what can happen when you meet the man with the wedding suit. He obviously raises his status and upscales himself by wearing a wedding suit and not a high-vis top, but he's a funny character, and he obviously rang the police as part of what he does. He normally gets the children or kids who are feral start running away, and then he doesn't have to answer any questions. The suspects left the scene. I think that's what he thought with me. Mention the police, I'd start running. He'd tell the police the suspect has absconded, and he would have been quite happy probably to waste a lot more time of the police's while they're trying to catch me for this antisocial behaviour offence, which never happened, which there was never any evidence of. And Mitre Security wrote to me and said he had no choice but to call the police. I mean, beyond a joke, really. But there we are. That's a shopper's nightmare and a shopper's tale in Quarter Norwich. Be very wary of the wedding suited man.